Hi everyone! Can you believe it's the holiday season already? It feels like just yesterday we were setting our New Year's resolutions. And now we are wrapping up another year. Every day seems to sort of blend into all of the others, and I can't remember much of it. If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. In today's video, we are talking about something we all wish we can do. Slow down time. Because if you build a life you love, then you really don't want it to go by in a hurry. While we can't actually change the clocks, we can change how we experience time. Let me show you how. First, let's understand how our brains process time. Unlike our five senses, taste, touch, smell, sight, and hearing, which are controlled and perceived by designated parts of the brain. With time, our brain takes a whole bunch of information from our senses and organizes it in a way that makes sense to us. So what we think is our sense of time is actually just a whole bunch of information presented to us in a particular way. I'm sure we've all heard of people say that in a traumatic or life-threatening situation, they felt like it happened in slow motion. Many years ago, I flew to Canada to visit my grandma who was hospitalized due to an injury. Right when I landed, I received a call that she had passed away. I was in disbelief. I remember standing in the middle of a busy airport, watching people walk past me in slow motion like the bullets in Matrix. Time slowed down so drastically that seconds seemed to stretch out into minutes. Neuroscientists call this phenomenon time dilation. When you are in a crisis, all your brain's resources become hyper-focused. The more information your brain has to process, the slower time seems. On the flip side, time goes faster when you don't have much information to process. When you're stuck in routine and the brain goes on autopilot, all the days blur together. This explains why time seems to go faster as we get older. When we were younger, we did a lot of new things, developing new skills and creating new memories. But as adults, there is less new information for the brain to take in. While we can't change how fast the world turns, the good news is that there are things we can do to help slow down our perception of time and make the most of every moment. Number 1, break up your routine. Routines are important. They help us to have productive days and reduce decision fatigue. But if not careful, it can feel like a hamster wheel you can't get off, and one day starts to slip into the next. There is a scientific theory called the oddball effect. In 2004, a study was conducted where a group of participants were shown images of shoes over and over again, followed by a picture of a flower just once. Even though all the images are shown for the exact same amount of time, most of the participants believed that the pictures of the flower had been shown for longer. Why? Because the novelty of the flower image next to repeated shoe image gave the brain something to process and made it seem like time expanded. We can apply this principle of time expansion without blowing up our lives. Break up the routine by taking a new route to work, exploring a new place you've never been to, or eating a new cuisine you've never had before. If you want to take it even further and really shake up your day-to-day life, try learning something new, like a new language, an instrument, or a skill. When you learn something new, your brain is on high alert. It forces your brain to engage more deeply with the present, which is our next tip: practice mindfulness. Instead of multitasking, mindfulness is about being present and focusing on one thing at a time. When you slow down and truly experience each moment, it leaves a stronger imprint on your memory. Being present transforms ordinary moments into meaningful ones. I naturally have a restless mind. For many years, I pursued meditation retreats and attended mindfulness workshops. I found these simple steps help calm the brain without twisting myself into a pretzel position. Whenever I catch myself rushing through the day, I would simply pause what I'm doing and take a few deep breaths. Notice the air flowing in and out through my nostrils, or the expansion and contraction of my chest. Then I would do a quick body scan by paying attention to how my body feels. Physical sensations like the tingle on my palms or the wind on my face. If any thoughts come up, allow them to drift away and go back to focusing on the breath and physical sensations. After I feel more grounded, then I go back to whatever task I was doing. By taking this momentary pause, it allows me to continue the task more mindfully. If you like to incorporate mindfulness into your daily life, there are many free resources available online. Number 3, document your life. Keep a journal, take photos, or make short videos. Reflecting on these moments later not only helps you relive them, but also makes your brain recognize them as important, stretching your sense of time. I started journaling over 20 years ago. When I scribble on my journal, I notice that I slow down and become aware of my thoughts and my emotions. I wrote about my day, my fears, my wins, what made me feel sad, and vice versa. Recently, I moved into a small apartment, so I had to let go of many boxes of my old journals. As I read through those old entries, I laughed at those fears and saw how much I have grown and progressed over the years. It made the passage of time feel more significant and expensive, rather than fleeting. Slowing down time is not about doing less. It's about experiencing more. December is a reminder to reflect, connect, and savor life's beauty. Time flies, but we have the power to make every moment count. Try these tips and let me know in the comments what works for you. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.